motherfucking tube. It's your boy, Rollo Jenkins, in this biatch. Hey, look, though. I just got done watching Dwyer's 2 weeks out video. And I'm glad he put this shit out here, and the only reason I didn't make this video, because I didn't want to seem like the hater and shit, you know what I'm saying? I know people will be on my ass, he's just a hater. Not that I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but the reason that I never mentioned this fight in videos is because I always thought that this was a shit fight. When they first started talking about it, putting it together, I always thought this was a shit fight, man. Like, I thought that it was a better fight before I seen him fight Trout. But I still thought that he would lose. But after seeing the Trout fight, he don't have a fucking chance, man. This fight to me now seems like that ugly ass chick who is always around a bunch of uglier chicks. So when all of her super ugly friends are like, she get all the dudes, so all the guys always trying to holler at her. Well, out of that pack, yeah, that's who the motherfuckers trying to holler at. But when that same chick get around a bunch of dimes for real, she look like shit, Canelo Alvarez is a very average fighter to me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't show me anything in the Trout fight. He didn't really show me, he couldn't have shown me anything in a Shitty Shane Mosley fight, because Shitty Shane Mosley, man, I think he's, for the later part of his career, his last 5 or 6 fights, he's really just been in there to be the opponent. You know what I mean? So even if he did knock Shane Mosley out in the first round, it wouldn't have made a difference. Not in my eyes. The Gomez fight didn't show me shit. Didn't he fight Kermit Cintron? I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't seen anything from Alvarez to make me think that he could even make a competitive fight against Floyd Mayweather. People keep talking about how big a puncher he is and all of that shit. I don't even see that. He ain't knocking motherfuckers out like that. See, people, this thing about punching power, man, this is the thing. And I always use this analogy when I talk about baseball. Just the other day, I'm watching the Tigers against, want to say, was it Kansas City Royals or some shit? And this motherfucker, Miguel Cabrera, goes opposite field. And he kind of flings his bat out there. You know what I mean? Like, not like a power swing, but he just kind of flings his bat out and bam, motherfucking home run, right? And you're like, God damn, how the fuck this nigga get that But it didn't even look like a hard swing. So it's not the what do you see? It's the end result. You know what I'm saying? Lucas Matisse don't look like a fucking hard puncher, but the results are there, so he's presumed to be a power puncher. Manny Pacquiao, he's presumed to be this fucking power puncher, but who the fuck is he knocking out? He knocked out Eric Morales. He knocked out Barrera. You know what I'm saying? And he knocked out Ricky motherfucking Hatton. Right? People say, yeah, he got a knockout win against De La Hoya. Yeah. But it wasn't a knockout. You know what I'm saying? He didn't knock out Margarito. You know what I'm saying? He fucked his face up. But shit. As Landy Laura ain't known for knockout power either. He fucked up Angulo's face. I mean, look, man. This is the thing. If Alvarez would have beat Aslan De Laura, I could see this fight being what it is. You know what I'm saying? The hype job that they're giving this motherfucking dude. But it's not. He's not that. And then another thing too, man. This motherfucker, man. It's basically like this. This is what they're doing with this fight. In my eyes. You know how when you graduate, well, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? You graduate from high school, you know, back in high school, it was a couple bad bitches or whatever. Then, you know, 10 years later or 5 or 6 years later, 8 years later, whatever. The bitches that was bad as fuck in high school that you wanted to fuck or you did, and you see them 8, 9, 10 years later, them bitches be fat as hell. You like, damn, girl, what happened to you? Canelo Alvarez is not going to be able to make 154 pounds or 152 pounds any longer. You know what I mean? He's going to have to go to middleweight. So they had to hurry up and make this fight. You know what I'm saying? Before it was too late. You know what I'm saying? They had to. And also what that is, it's like, okay, you take Alvarez, put him in the mix, and you get him out the way. So then you can take all these junior welterweights and bring them up and make opponents for Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Because we already know that the winner of Danny Garcia and Lucas Matisse is probably going to be his next opponent. And people will say, you know, let's say Lucas Matisse knocks out Danny Garcia. It's going to be like, ooh, shit. He's next to fight Floyd. Can Floyd deal with this knockout power and all of this bullshit? Look, man. Look. If I take the 2 best high schools in the state of Michigan, fuck it, in the whole motherfucking country, I take the best 2 high schools and let them play against each other. And no matter how you statistically you want to chalk it up, you can pick any 2 fucking high schools on the planet. Put them on the football field, let them play it out. And the winner of that motherfucking game couldn't beat the Cleveland Browns. I guarantee it. Or they couldn't beat the motherfucking, you know, I don't know, fucking Detroit Lions. They couldn't do it. People say, oh, that's a bad comparison. You're talking about men and boys. All right, cool. You're right. How about this? Every year in college football, they end up putting some team against the SEC. You know what I mean? So let's say you take the 2 best teams from the WAC conference. You know what I'm saying? Marshall and Miami of Ohio. They play it out for the top seed in the conference, and then they go play Alabama. What the fuck you think gonna be the outcome of that game? Let's just say Marshall kills Miami of Ohio, or vice versa. 56-0. Do you think the motherfuckers are gonna stand a chance against Alabama? No. But that's what they gonna do. They gonna build that shit up, try and make motherfuckers believe that either one of them motherfuckers got a shot against Floyd Mayweather. And that's cool. I guess they got to do it, right? But you ain't gonna get me excited about that shit at all. Listen, it's 2 motherfucking fighters that I think may have a chance of beating Floyd Mayweather. I think Timothy Bradley is smart enough to make a competitive fight against Floyd, but I don't think that he has the natural attributes to beat Floyd Mayweather. So I'm not gonna say him. Even though Timothy Bradley beat this particular guy that I'm finna name, I think that he would have a good shot at beating Floyd Mayweather. And that's Devin Alexander. I know people are going to say, oh, man, the dude is shitty. You just throw, whatever the reason. But Devin Alexander, I believe, is naturally more gifted than I said Timothy Bradley. He doesn't quite have the boxing IQ. But boxing IQ is something that you can obtain. You can get that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get speed if you don't have it. You can't get foot movement and grace if you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? You can learn another language, just like you can learn to box, or you can learn to be a little more aggressive. Not saying that he can or he will, but it's something that can be done. And the other fighter is Keith Thurman. And I know people are going to say, well, who the fuck is Diego Chavez? Whatever the case may be. But in that fight, I seen so much from Keith Thurman that I wasn't expecting to see. Now, I had never seen Diego Chavez fight, but Diego Chavez was a much better fighter than I expected, even though I didn't have much of an expectation at all to begin with. The fact that I had never heard of him made me think that he was probably a bum. But I would love to see Diego Chavez in there with, let's say, Robert Guerrero or Victor Ortiz. You know what I mean? Somebody a little less athletic. See what what he'll do with them. But Keith Thurman, he's very athletic. He has a good boxing IQ. I've seen him make adjustments and changes in that fight. I've seen him be the aggressor. I've seen him counterpunch. I've seen him box. I've seen him brawl. I've seen him have good head movement. And yes, no, he's not the defensive wizard that Floyd Mayweather is. But who is? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck is? So he has equalizers, though. He has things that he do that I believe that he may be able to equalize the shit that Floyd Mayweather does. He's not flat-footed. He gives you angles. He has pretty decent power. He mixes it up. He's not predictable. These are all attributes, and he's very athletic. He has the natural athletic ability that only certain people have. And see, when I say athleticism, this is what I mean. If you had a white man, black man, and a Chinese man, 3 motherfuckers you ain't never seen before in your life, and they're all similar in size and age, and you were picking a basketball team, just based on that, who you gonna pick? Or you needed some fucking dude to dance, you know what I'm saying? You had to bet on who was the best dancer. Just based on that, who would you pick? There's a certain type of athleticism that certain people have. Not saying that white men don't or Chinese people don't. But overall, generally speaking, there is a certain type of athleticism that black people have, generally speaking, that other people don't, you know? And the sad part is, and I've been meaning to bring this shit out, but we keep getting this shit shoved down our throats. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to shit on Floyd. You know, I don't want people to be calling me a hater, but the fact of the matter is, man, he been fighting a lot of O's and Z's and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not by accident. Marquez, Ortiz, Guerrero, Cotto, Alvarez. It's not an accident that he's been taking all these O's and Z's on the end of these names as opponents. You know what I'm saying? It's not by accident. They don't possess the athleticism that it's going to take to be competitive with Floyd Mayweather. They don't. That's just the fucking truth of it. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth, you know? Yeah. Larry Bird was a hell of a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't have the athleticism of a Dr. J. Hell, he didn't probably have the athleticism of a fucking Magic Johnson. He wasn't athletic to begin. You know, he wasn't a fucking Michael Jordan or LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, or, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have that kind of athleticism. Look at these. Man, look, all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying Floyd ain't great or not a good boxer. All I'm saying is, you take all of these motherfuckers, put them all in a pot, and you take a whole bunch of other motherfuckers whose names are like in with N's and shit, like Johnson and Jackson and shit like that. And just on the average, you take their athleticism, a bunch of these motherfuckers against some O's and Z's, a bunch of them motherfuckers. Overall, I would go with those Suns over the O's and Z's as far as athleticism goes. Now, that doesn't necessarily make you a good boxer, but a person with that athleticism, that type of natural athleticism, is naturally going to be a better athlete, which includes boxing, than those motherfuckers with O's and Z's. You know what I'm saying? Just think about how exceptional a player Larry Bird was to be able to do what he did without the athleticism of a Michael Jordan or a Dr. J. You know what I'm saying? But even then, if you took, there was never a point where you would say, I would take Larry Bird over Mike. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even close. I mean, come on, man. Ah, fuck. I'm rambling. I know it. Let me get the fuck on off of here. Because I know I'm going to have a bunch of comments and I'm a hater and all of this shit. I'm not hating. I'm just telling the truth. And if somebody wants to disagree, that's cool. You know, everybody got their opinion, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying I'm not as excited about this fight as a lot of people are. Because I see what it is for what it is. You know what I'm saying? People keep trying to make me think that this shit is Beyonce. No, this shit is Fantasia. Dressed up like a motherfucker. But after the fight, we're going to see that shit with the makeup off. And we're going to realize she ain't no cute chick at all to begin with. You know what I mean? Holla at your boy.